All right, so now we have our fourth trial here, if you will. This is our fourth round. But this one, we have both springs together. Instead of the springs side by side in parallel, we have the springs connected one after another. And it's really tall here. I've got spring number 1 that goes all the way to right here. And then you can see this is, I'll bring this tag around, spring number 2. So the springs are connected end to end to create, in essence, one really long spring. And we have a name for this. We say that the springs are in series because they are one after another instead of side by side. Side by side is parallel, one after another is series. So what we'd like to do is, just like we wanted to see how the springs behave when they are side by side, how they behave in parallel, we want to investigate how the springs behave together when they are in series. So we're going to measure exactly the same data. Now, it turns out when the springs are in series, they both stretch under the weight that's being added to the end of them, this mass. And so we're going to have a smaller range of masses. We're going to go up by 50s. We're going to start with just 200, and we're going to go 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450. Those are going to be our 6 values. So same thing that we've done. There you go. Same thing that we've done before. I'm going to go ahead and set the camera up. I'm going to set this oscillating, and I'm going to let you take your data. Just a moment to get this situated. All right, let's go ahead and go here, and I'm going to bring the camera in. Excuse me, folks. All right. I'm just going to tilt this a little bit this way. I think that's going to work better. I think so. Okay, I think we're good to go. We're going to start the clock. I'm going to start this guy oscillating. Oh my goodness. It's going top to the bottom of the screen. All right. It's okay. Go ahead and do your thing, folks. Just as you've done before, this is 200 grams. Pause the video when it hits its lowest point. Record the time. 20 cycles later, record the time. All right, that should be enough time to get 20 cycles. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. We're going to add 50 grams. So now we're going to go to 250 grams. And it's going to stretch just enough where we're going to have to move around some furniture. All right, we're going to bring in a different chair. Oh yeah, I think that'll work. Let me adjust this guy. All right, perfect. So, got ourselves our clock. Let me move it down even a little further, give you a little bit of range to work with. All right, get this guy oscillating. He's a little nervous, jumping around a little bit. We'll calm him down, get him shaking straight, right? All right, beautiful, look at that. Go ahead and do your thing. This is 250 grams. On the same graph. They're probably going to go right on top of each other. No. I should have to do 4 separate graphs. No way around it.
Do you want a video of them oscillating?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'll do it for one of the ones. A little bit more. Maybe not. Oh, okay. So that should be plenty enough time. So before we go any further, I just want to show you just what's going on up above here. I didn't even think about this. So, so notice spring number 2 is right here, right? And spring number 2 is oscillating with that 250 grams on the bottom. But spring number 1 is also, it's stretching and compressing along with it. And it's kind of difficult to get it all together at once. I'm going to back up, see if I can get it all in the frame, because what you should see is it's really, really tall. Both springs are about, I don't know, 2.5 feet long. So there we go. If you can see that, this is what it looks like for both springs oscillating in series. So this is what's happening while you are measuring your data. This is what's happening up above. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this back. I'm going to add another 50 grams. We're going to go up to 300. And we're going to keep measuring data all the way up to 450. All right, so I'm just going to swap out the 50 for a 100. So now we're going to have a 200 and a 100 hanging. And we're going to have to swap out some more furniture. Every time we add some weight, these springs drop lower. So I'm going to have to drop the camera here. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Here we go. So I'm going to get this guy shaking for you. Just a little. Just enough to get him oscillating. And we will start the clock. Go ahead and do your thing. So we're going to let this run up to about 50 seconds. There should be plenty of time for you to capture your 20 cycles. All right. Go ahead and stop this. That was 300 grams. So now we need to add 50. 350 grams. There you go. I got a 200, a 100, and a 50. We're making a nice little tail here on the end of the springs. All right, we're going to have to drop this even lower. Da-da-da. So we're going to have to move around some furniture again. Or something like that. All right, we are going low here. There we go. Nice. Let me move this in a little bit. Oh, let's see here. Something like that. I'm going to move the computer like that. Perfect. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get this shaken. Hold on. Okay. Hold on a second. This guy is shaking around a little too much. He's a little bit too wobbly. I want him going just straight up and down. Okay. So I'm going to see if I can get him to calm down a little bit. And that'll work. Okay, still a little bit of shaking. That little guy at the end, but all right, go ahead and do your thing. Okay, so we're going to let this run just over a minute. Plenty of time to capture your 20 cycles. Remember, when it hits a minute, that's 60 seconds. That's not 100, not 106, not 107. That is 69, 70, 71. All right, that's plenty of time. So that's 350 grams. We're getting close to the end. I am going to add another 200 to the first 200. So now there's 400 grams. And I am going to simply drop the camera down a little. There we go. Something like that. Get him all lined up. That should take care of what we need. So he's a little wobbly. I'm going to straighten him out. Straighten him out and get him oscillating straight up and down. Oh my goodness, these springs are very excited. They're very excited to be oscillating. They spend all their lives sitting in a box on a shelf. This is their one day to get out. That's why they're very excited to see you. All right, so there you go. There's your 400 grams. We're going to let this run to just over a minute, folks. Should be plenty of time for you. All right, so you should have been able to capture 20 cycles. We have one more round. I am going to add a 50 gram to our 400. This is going to be our last round, 450 grams. And we're going to see if, oh, we're definitely going to have to get lower. Here we go. This is as low as we go. Oh my goodness. Get too old for this. Okay. Well, that's as low as the, oh, never mind. I can go lower. No, I can't. Oh yeah. Camera won't go any lower. So here we go. We are almost at the floor. But that's okay. I think we'll get it. I think we're going to get it. I'm going to move this a little closer. Okay. And we are going to slide over so you can see. This guy's all over the place. Just way too excited. Okay. Tell you what, give me just a moment. I'm just going to go up just a little bit. There we go. All right. So he's a little bit nervous, shaking around a little bit. We're going to get him oscillating just straight up and down, just like that. All right. All right, folks, this is 450 grams. It's going to be your last measurement for our 2 springs in series. So we're going to let this run to about 1 minute and 10 seconds. Should be plenty enough for you. Right. So that should have been plenty enough time to capture your 20 cycles. And that is our last measurement for our very long and stretched out springs in series.